Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Backer and welcome to Write Better Stories. I am terribly sorry that I haven't posted in a while. I have been extremely busy at work and with stuff outside of work, and that is actually relevant to what I'm going to talk about today because it's not really about storytelling. I'm going to talk about how you can improve your writer's resume. And this is something that I did recently and it actually paid off. So I just recently got a cool freelance writing gig that hopefully will be able to continue for a considerable length of time, but I'll have to let you know about that. But in the past, I've tried to apply for freelance gigs, and I couldn't help but feel like I was just throwing my resume or my email out into the void on Craigslist, and usually wasn't getting any responses. If I did, it was just for them to say, hey, we don't want to hire you. So at this time, I had definitely thought that it just meant that you either had to be extremely well connected or just like the most pristine candidate in the world, and I was not either of those things, and so I just assumed, oh, it's kind of a crapshoot. All of those ads online that say like how to improve yourself as a freelance writer are really just to benefit whatever company is putting out that information, and that there's really not a lot of freelance jobs to go around. And since I got this job, I can't necessarily say, oh, it's abundant, there's tons of freelance jobs out there, but I think that some of the improvements that I made to my resume recently was one of the things, or were some of the things that made me stand out, perhaps among the other candidates, and I'll share them with you now. So, before I get to them, though, I want to say specifically how I thought to do this, because I didn't like Google, oh, what's the best place to, or what's the best way to improve your writing resume. I actually learned this on the job that I'm working at right now, my 9-to-5. I'm a case writer at an immigration law firm, specifically for visas for people who want to work in the entertainment business. And so a lot of people ask me, oh, like what side of all of these new immigration laws or standards are you on? And it's like, oh, okay, that's not really what the company does. This is for a very, very small subset of people that are trying to get into the United States to work as like an actor, a director, a model, something like that. So, yeah, it's like we're not out there on either side of the wall trying to do anything like that. But what's interesting that you might not know about getting a work visa for one of those jobs is that you basically have to make your career sound very, very prestigious, full of awards, high earnings, specific numbers about maybe YouTube views or sales figures, anything like that that can tangibly demonstrate to United States and Immigration Services that this is somebody that's working for distinguished companies in their field, that they have achievements associated, etc. Now, you can probably start to see where I'm going with this advice, is that this is what you have to do on your writer's application. Now, I understand that if you don't really have any credits, there might not be a lot to work with in order to bolster or to attach more credibility. So this video might be geared toward people that already have a few modest writing credits, but are having trouble making them sound very distinguished. Now, before we get too further, I'm not trying to say that you should lie or put down information on your resume that is not true, because this can be really bad for your reputation. And it's just like, that's not really something that somebody with a lot of integrity would do, would put down fake credits that don't exist or exaggerate the credits that they have. But something that you might not think to do, though, is to basically put in information not just about you, but about the organizations that you worked for. So, for example, one of the things that I put on my resume that I think helped me get this current freelance job that I just got was not just that I'm a case writer at a law firm, but I'm a case writer at a law firm that has X number of cases that are going through it. Or I'm a case writer at a law firm, and this law firm won specific awards in its field of law. It's led by a woman who also has won awards in her field of law. So I'm not trying to say that I have anything to do with the law firm or this lawyer winning these awards. However, the fact that I'm working for this institution that has won these awards and that's led by this person that has won these awards basically makes it sound like I am working for an extremely distinguished organization. I'm not just a writer at a law firm. I'm a writer at a law firm that has a distinguished reputation, as evidenced by these tangible credits, okay? So this is actually a good thing to do if maybe your credits are just like, oh, I've written a couple marketing emails for this company, that's fine, and that shows that you've been hired to work before. But what if you put down a couple stats about the company? What if you, for example, if they haven't won any awards, what if you went to the company's website, you took the link and you plugged it into one of those SiteWorth traffic websites, and you see how many hits that website gets every month, or every week, or every day. Really, any one of those would work. So you're not just somebody who has written emails for a marketing company, you're somebody who has written emails for the distinguished marketing company that gets 10 million hits a month or something like that. So again, you're not trying to say that those are attributed to you, but it bolsters the reputation of this writing credit that you have. And so basically, this is all of the advice that I have to give today. I don't think that I need to hammer it home too much more than that. But the general idea to conclude is just that you don't necessarily need to put down 1,000 credits, but you can tweak the credits or the experience that you have basically to make it sound more distinguished. And again, I'm not saying that you need to make it sound more distinguished than it actually is, but you might be neglecting to put down information on your resume that will make it sound like you are a more distinguished candidate, but you're neglecting to do it. And so this worked for me, so this isn't speculation. I did get hired from this job, or for this job, I think due to the strength of my resume, and I've put out similar resumes in the past that didn't include all of this additional information, and I was not getting hired. So for me personally, it worked. I would love to hear any feedback if you end up trying to do this. Also, too, even if you're not just doing a writer's resume, this is something that you can do really for any job whatsoever. So I will leave it at that. I hope I made all of those points clear, and I doubt this advice will help you write better stories, but maybe it will help you get a job that will allow you to be in a more comfortable financial position to help you write better stories. So, have a good day, write better stories, and improve your resume. Bye.